Yeah.
We're live now.
Okay. Okay. So that is it. So I think we can start now. Ask questions. So what we actually what and what we actually supposed to discuss today. So we can start now. If you observe um, what how we ended yesterday, you observe that we had some technical issues.
Yes.
So those technical issues are some of the areas that technology in the electioneering process in Nigeria have got to start. Those people who are actually the key players in the use of technology in the electioneering process in Nigeria have got to start looking at. And one of the problems um, there is how we can have good internet connectivity. If the internet connectivity is stable, we won't have any problem with um, the use of technology for the purpose of providing the opportunity for us to have a free and fair election. Now, you asked some questions yesterday. Some of the questions that you asked yesterday, they had to do with how technological tools can be deployed in the electioneering process.
Yes.
Now, the Electoral Act has actually provided for the transmission of results electronically. Now, the question is, what are the the key players in the system even doing about it, with a view to monitoring how we can transmit election results electronically?
Exactly.
The key players, the in the system, talking about the people who are contesting, do they have a legal tech team? It's not just enough for you to have a legal team. Do they have a legal tech team that can actually monitor what INEC is doing? Do they have a legal tech team that can monitor what the politicians, the contestants are actually doing? Do they have a tech team, an IT team that will monitor the cyberspace where, because you are talking about the electronic transmission of results, good
Exactly,
and
sir.
fine. As we're talking about the electronic transmission of results, you have to talk about a cyber watch. You need to have a cyber watch team,
Exactly.
a cyber watch team. These people, do they have a cyber watch team? It's not just being on social media. Do they have people that will monitor what is happening out there at the cyber level? Whether there are some people who are out there who have been paid to hack the system, because the moment you have a problem with how results are transmitted, or the moment you have a glitches, technological glitches or technical glitches, at the end of the day, it will alter the free flow of the transmission of the results. And you see, what about the INEC data privacy system? As INEC come out to tell us that, okay, they have a robust data privacy system that will not give them any problem during the electioneering process. What about the people whose results, because now some people's INEC will have to transmit data. They will transmit data where? They will transmit data from the polling centers to, um, are you getting it?
I'm getting it, sir.
Yes. They will transmit data from the polling center to the national office, which are a place where I will call the data bank. What have they done in order to safeguard, in order to protect the data bank, so that people don't hack it? Cyber warriors. We have cyber warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not heard any of them. I've not even heard any of the politicians talking about, okay, they have a good cyber watch team monitoring what is happening so that INEC will not come and give any excuse concerning how results will be transmitted electronically. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are some of the things that we should be looking at. So you can ask your question because I just
Sir,
came up
sir,
with these.
I
These are
appreciate you
things
for
that I
that,
have to
sir.
research about. Yes,
Yes. Sir, sir, when you were talking yesterday, you mentioned that that when people hear technology, their first thinking is maybe those high sounding, very big equipment. So
yes.
what are those? If I will use my term, minute technology, small technology that could actually enhance democracy, modern democracy in our days.
Familiar
When
tech
it comes
tools.
to democratic the process, what are
Just
those?
familiar tech tools. Familiar tech tools. How to use SMS messages.
Okay.
We can use just our phones to vote.
Mm.
Results can be transmitted via our phones. These are familiar
Wow.
SMS.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about tech, it's not we don't go into artificial intelligence and what have you.
Mm.
If the 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 network providers in Nigeria, MTN, Glo, Airtel, can even be given the opportunity to actually transmit results electronically
Wow.
by the SMS.
Wow. And that is
So
very credible.
it's credible. So when you're talking about tech, it's not that everybody can't go to the internet. What does the old woman in the village know about YouTube? What does the old woman in the village know about Facebook?
Mm.
What does the old woman in the village know about artificial intelligence? But look at your phone. Your phone number is your ID. In line with the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation, your phone number is your ID.
Mm.
So if I am an eligible voter, I can vote with my phone. All the candidates, they are there on my phone. All I just need to do, each candidate will have a code. All I need to do is to tick the candidate that I want and I send. Provided I have just 100 naira on my phone, just for 4 naira, the SMS has gone. I've voted for whoever I want to vote for.
Mm.
Are you getting it?
I'm getting it, sir. But my question is, if your phone number can be your ID, why is it that in our system we ask for multiple IDs? You have your
That is the
BVN, you
problem.
have your this.
What I'm actually telling you now, it is the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation provision that I'm telling you. We have what we call the data subject, we have what we call the data your ID,
The
then
ID,
you
yes.
have what we call the recipient, the person receiving. So if, for instance, I am the person sending.
Mm. Mm. Hello, hello viewers. We're having a bit of technical hitches, but our guest will be joining us shortly. Our guest will be connecting back shortly. We've been talking about the importance of technology in enhancing modern democratic process, and I guess Professor Teddy Idiabeta has been talking. He said for data protect for when it comes to uh, technology, we don't when we say technology, we don't mean those high sounding equipment. As much as your phone number, as much as SMS is technology. And he said by the data protection regulation of Nigeria, your phone number is your ID. You could actually do a lot of things with your phone number. We're talking about the data subject, the recipient, you have the data controller and everything. Well, because the law listed out those provisions. And you can see by the data protection law that your phone number is your identity. So and that's what I was asking him. We already know this. We have the law, but we have a system where they demand a lot of things. You want to do something, somebody asks you for your phone number, unlike in other clients where their social security number. You can do everything with your social security number. But here, your social security number, you can do everything. But here they ask you for your phone number, they ask you, and before he was cut off stream, you could hear him say that you could actually that the layman in the village doesn't have access to internet, but the layman in the village has a phone. Most of them have these old phones, and they actually they can you can even vote with your XMS, your text message, as little as a text message. Because we are talking about technology. He said technology. We talked about INEC for the transmission of votes. He said, despite that, when it comes to the political parties, do they have a cyber watch team to actually monitor the cyberspace to ensure that there's proper accountability, proper democratic process, everything is working out fine? He will be joining the stream to actually find out that things are working out as planned. So, are we really ready to take advantage? You can see there are a lot of laws. He mentioned the data protection law. He mentioned like what we have now. We have the new electoral act that really gives make provisions for the use of technology for the transmission of votes, for card reading and everything. Are we ready for it? Because you could see uh, yesterday, if you were on the speaker platform, we're talking about how technology has aided human rights, human rights accountability when it comes to talking against violations. Like we are not in Iran, but we are able to lend a voice to what is happening in Iran because of technology. Amnesty International always send me emails asking for me to lend my support, lend my voice, maybe for me to vote. They usually send a petition and asking for your support for your vote against human rights violations. Without technology, they won't be able to achieve this. And also, with the aid of technology, the minority voices have been heard. Because ordinarily, you may not have access to your elected representatives if not for technology. But once you go on social media and you tweet, you just make one tweet, technology carries your voice. The minority voice is now heard as a result of technology. And also from social media, you can demand accountability from your elected representative. Before he was taken off stream, we were talking about how technology has deepened democracy. It has allowed for minority voices to be heard. That about 37.3% of Nigerians have access to the internet just in 2022. And Prof was even saying that those laymen in the village, they don't even need this internet. They don't even have access to it, but they actually have their phones. And with technology, the world is now a global village. You have America. America is just a smartphone away. England is a smartphone away. Germany is a smartphone away. Iran is a smartphone away. So with your phones, with your gadgets, you could have access. You could lend your voices to what is happening all over the world. That's how important technology is. And people can also vote. Like most times, there are some polls that are being carried out when it comes to like in other clans, when it comes to government policies. Before a policy is allowed to, before the government passes any policy, they have to subject that policy to a vote. And most of all these things are done by the aid of technology. And most of all these things are done by the aid of technology. So you sorry sorry in Nigeria we have power outbreak in Nigeria. So you could see that technology is actually very important. So you could see that technology is actually very important for the enhancement of democracy. So you could see that technology is actually very important for the enhancement of democracy. We're trying to join Professor Teddy Debata for the stream. That technology is very important. So, so you see that technology is very, very important for the enhancement of modern democratic process. It's very, very important for modern democratic process. I'm not saying prof. Everything technology aids democracy in every way. And if you cannot have true democracy, you cannot have true democracy without technology. You cannot have true democracy without technology. Technology means a lot to democracy. I've been trying to join Prof so that let me see if we could get back